In our last video, we discussed on part milestones like FOT, CPOT, SOP. If you have not watched it, I highly suggest you watch that video first. I will leave the link in the description below. So now coming to today's video, we're gonna see how this individual part milestones fit into vehicle development, like first builds, production builds, and SOP. When we talk about vehicle development, we usually hear big milestones like SOP, PV, that is production validation or design phase. But in reality, vehicle is nothing but thousands of individual parts and systems, like let it be mechanical, electrical, or even a software stack. And each part follows its own journey with milestones like FOT and CPOT. And these milestones comes together to make a vehicle time plan. So today I'll show you exactly where FOT and CPOT sit inside in overall vehicle development time plan and why missing them can delay the entire vehicle launch. So let's start with one important truth. Basically the vehicle development plan, the main plan is created at OEM level, but the execution happens at part level. Let it be bumpers, headlamps, brackets, trims, BRW, and everything else. If even one critical part is late or even unstable, the vehicle SOP gets impacted. That's why OEMs usually closely track parts milestones inside the vehicle time plan. A simplified vehicle development time plan usually looks like this. It starts with concept and architecture phase, then the design phase, then the prototype builds happen, then the production validation, and then the SOP. Now inside this big plan, every part is expected to mature step by step. And this is where FOT and CPOT comes in. Once vehicle design freeze happens, OEMs freeze part geometry, interfaces and packaging. From this point, supplier can start tooling. Design freeze is the starting gun for part level tooling activities. FOT, first of tool, usually happens once we are able to produce first set of production intent tool or the parts from those tools. This is first real physical part coming out of tooling. Sometimes if FOTs are uh, delayed, a prototype or a swap tool parts are used as an alternative. In the vehicle time plan, FOT supports early vehicle builds or the first vehicle builds. It's usually the first times the vehicle comes together physically. Depend upon the OEM, this may be called as a prototype build, a early build or integration build. So engineers basically check the gap and flush, fit and functions. The focus is on fit packaging and basic functionality. One very important point is the FOT does not mean the part is perfect. It means the part is now a real physical part. This is also when early verification and validation begins. That is VNV begins. OEMs start checking dimension compliance, basic functional performance, and installation feasibility. So what happens if FOT is late? So if a part misses FOT, so vehicle builds get delayed. Temporary prototypes parts are used and quality risk increases significantly. So launch stress goes up. That's why OEM treat FOT as a very critical gate in vehicle plan. So after FOT, supplier fixes issues, fine tunes tools and stabilize the process. This leads to CPOT, that is confirmed part of tool. In vehicle time plan, after issues from the first builds are resolved, OEMs moves to production build, often called as validation build or pilot build or pre-production build. CPOT means the part is dimensionally and functionally acceptable now. The design and tools are locked, and OEMs can expect CPOT's parts to be used in production validation builds. So this will allow OEMs to perform VNVs on vehicles like durability testings, invoice testings, environmental regulation validations. So simply put, CPOT is when OEM say this part is ready to support production intent vehicles. So once the CPOT is achieved, the focus is from engineering to process stability. That's where PPAP comes in. So PPAP is nothing but process stability. So PPAP is not just for part level. The PPAP is for vehicle as well. So the question is like, can we make the same good part of the vehicle every time? If the answer is yes, then we say we have achieved the PPAP at at, at the production volume with the consistent quality. Usually, successful PPAP clears the path for vehicles SOP. So let's summarize this simply. Vehicle time plans look big and complex, but everything depends on part level maturity. FOT brings the part into reality. CPOT locks the part for vehicle validation. PPAP ensures the repeatability just before SOP. And if you understand this link between part milestones and overall vehicle development, you're already thinking like an automotive program manager. And if this video has helped you understand how FOT and CPOT fit into vehicle development, please consider liking this video and subscribe. And comment timeline if you want a visual walkthrough of a real vehicle development plan. And see you in the next one.